So my last apartment was situated above a restaurant in the historic business district. And one day I got home from work and I parked in the street like I normally did, and I was in that kind of post-work zombie-like haze where you're half asleep and you're having this mental debate whether to go to the gym or collapse on the sofa and order pizza. And all at once I look up and I see a polar bear moving down the center of the street toward me. Now, mind you, I don't live in Alaska in the middle of December. This was Oregon in July. And this wasn't like a person in a polar bear costume or one of those giant stuffed bears you get at the fair. This was a full-sized, adult, male, fully grown, apparently embalmed polar bear, claws intact. And as it got closer, I saw there was a wheel affixed to the bottom of each foot, and it's just rolling, seemingly on its own volition, down the center line in the middle of Main Street. I immediately start looking over my shoulder to the left and the right, and I'm like, is anybody here witnessing this with me? And there's not another person in sight anywhere on the street. So I just stand on the corner frozen, and I watch this polar bear as it slowly rolls on past, and when it passes me, I get a glimpse behind it. And what I see is this tiny blonde woman that I immediately recognize as the wife of the local pastor. And she has her shoulder like dug into the haunches of this polar bear, and as I watch, they keep on rolling down the middle of the street, another block, until they get to the neighborhood church, and she pushes the doors open, and she and the bear just roll on inside, and then the doors of the church click shut behind them. And I'm just standing on the street corner with my jaw hanging down, and I'm like, I have no idea what just happened here, but this is the greatest moment of my life. This is like the pilot episode of Lost. And I pull out my phone and I start texting everybody I know, you are not going to believe what just happened to me. You know, for a long time in my life as a Christian, evangelism was the scariest word I could think of. I was sure if I ever tried to share my faith with someone, I would get it all wrong, or say the wrong thing. I wouldn't have the answers they were looking for, or the explanation that I needed. But reading the book of Acts, I discovered there's actually another word for evangelism in the book of Acts, and it's simply called witness. Witness is nothing more or less than the ability to just speak to what you've seen and heard and touched and tasted. It's the same thing most of us do dozens of times a day on social media. No, the world is full of strange and marvelous and mysterious things that give evidence that there's more to this story of the world and life than meets the eye. And we don't have to have all the answers and explanations for it. All we have to do is witness to what we've seen and hope that that ignites enough curiosity in someone else that they decide to go and investigate themselves.